When I go to shade my scrolls, I want to make sure that I've created a light source that is consistent. For me, my light source is that green pencil sharpener that you see up in the corner. So I'm trying to make sure that my light is always coming from the right-hand side. That means when I start a scroll, I'm going to put my lightest value over on this right-hand side, and I'm going to begin shading this area in. I am only shading in the front parts of the scroll as if it is the paper that is closest to me, not the side of the paper that is wrapping around and going behind itself. When I shade this in, I'm just creating a miniature value scale. I lessen my pressure as I move further towards the left of the paper, and it's going to get slowly darker. So you're going to see me do this on the front sides of the scrolls first. Once I have finished mapping in the value for this first little area, I'm then going to go back. If I missed any areas, I'm going to touch those up, make sure that they are the same value as the rest of the whites that are near it. Then I'm going to go to a different front side of the paper, and I'm going to continue shading it the same way. Again, this is still the side of the paper that is facing me as the viewer, not the side of the paper that is wrapping around behind itself. On this value scroll that I am demonstrating, I have one more area that I need to do this to in order to properly make sure that I have the front side fully shaded with the light source on the right hand side, and it is gradually getting darker as it goes further to the left. The key to successfully making this project work is that understanding when the paper is flipped on the back side, the light source is actually flipped as well, because now the light is hitting the inside of the paper further away from you, and the closer you get to the light source, it's getting further in shadow, or it's a darker value. So I'm actually going to create miniature value scales that go the opposite direction this time, and they are going to be lighter as they are further away from my light source, and they are going to be darker as they get closer to my light source, because the front side of the paper is actually creating a cast shadow in that dark area. So I'm going to quickly map in all of these values that I still need to address in with my white pencil. For this final step of shading my scrolls, I'm going to take a black colored pencil and I'm just going to add in a few little details that seem to have gotten lost. I may want to darken up some of my shadows that I don't think the value scale got quite dark enough, or where two edges of the scroll or the paper actually meet. I might want to darken up one side or the other so that it looks like there's a little bit of a cast shadow to it. I should not have to do a lot of this, and I'm certainly not going to be going around and just outlining and everything in either black or white. I'm just adding little bits of shadow so the contrast is upped a little bit, and now you can see the edges of the paper or where they're overlapping a little more clearly than before. I would continue doing this step until I have completely finished with all of my scrolls on the entire paper. Every time I switch a scroll, I double check my light source.